people say. I'm just kidding. Hold on, I'm still eating my chicken. Yep, we're putting this back, guys. We're pulling this shit back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Let me just... you know, we're still there. Sorry, I almost did it. So, we're doing this again. Let me just... Hello, people. Hello. It is I, the great Murasaki. How are you all doing? I should probably put this up on my... thing. Hello, everyone. How do I say this? Trying to figure out who made this. Anyways, let me just, you know, switch up. Hello, everyone. It is I, Murasaki, in its current chibi form. Eating a chicken. Yeah, chibi-sake is real. Chibi-sake is real. Right. I do want to go... Before we begin... Hold on, let me just... I'm trying to eat something here. Like, my AirFryer was playing God. So, yeah. Let me just... But, yeah. I do have another form, but I'm not showing you. Because why not? But I need to put some ground rules for today. 1. Do not harass anyone that I say on the stream. We'll be looking at some documents, some important documents. So there will be Phoenix Wright music playing. I will be also taking my point of view on this. I'm very heavily sided on the person I just want to let you know, there's gonna be serious topics. There's gonna be like trigger warnings will be such as manipulation, gaslighting, sexual comments, flirting, and a bunch of other drawings of characters from Harry Potter fucking each other. Oh yeah, guess what I can do? I can jiggle. I have jiggles. I also have expressions. And I can do flips. But yeah. Jiggle jiggle. Jiggle jiggle. Anyway, let us begin. I have to put my food away. Alright, food's away. I'm now going to approach the mic. Alright, hold on. Alright, I also need to be clarifying some things. If you have any trigger warnings about like flirting, stuff like that, people being crept or weirded out, please let me know. Or leave the stream. I don't want people to be weirded out. But yeah. Without further ado, I will now play the questioning. Anyways, today in the Murasaki. Here we are in MurasakiTheGreat. We have some important images to state to the witness. One of them includes, bam, the Google Doc. Not one, not two, but not three, not one, not two, but 5 Google Docs. Flirting, gaslighting, I guess that? I'm not too sure. Gaslighting, stuff like that. By the way, I have read through one of the docs, it's one of the sliders. But yeah. Today, we'll be going through... Oh, don't worry, I do have the mommy, but I'm not revealing it. I'm not revealing it. Look, I got downgraded, This is pre-Elias wants to fucking kill me. But yeah. Get your thinking caps on. Thank you, Froggo. Thank you. So, I'd like to begin by addressing, I wasn't involved with this. I'm just here to spread awareness. One of my dear friends was in the second one, by the way. Was harassed by this person. Well, not harassed, but sexually harassed, I'd say. And basically felt crept out by it. Why is Dark Zone playing? Basically, this is a statement in my name that I'm going. We'll be going through the document. I have had experience. Okay, I've had experience with this person. I'll be saying it. His name is Granola, Old Granola. I've had some experience with him, but it's to an experience where I didn't fully talk to him. I've met him in what's it called? But I did not like interact. So yeah. But let me fix my. Did my fucking VTube studio crash? It fucking crashed. It crashed. The fucking VTube studio decided to fucking crash on me. Okay. It's probably because of Microsoft, but that's fine. Microphone Saki, yep. Anyways. Steam just crashed. Yep, Steam just fucking crashed on me. Wow, everything's crashing on me. Give me a sec. I need to uninstall something so it's smoothly. Right. I'd like to first address, I wasn't involved, blah blah blah. Reminder to everyone, there are trigger warnings. But other than that, let us begin. So this is Miyu's experience. By the way, Miyu's one of my closest friends. She's a fellow vampire like me. So, as a fellow vampire, I'm actually also having to address this. Because vampires stick together. That's what we are. Anyways, I'll begin reading this. Warning, this is my side of the story of how old Granola was acting towards me. I've seen many people sharing their stories about the VTuber Old Granola. I want to address my side of the situation between Old Granola and I. I want to firstly address that I do not appreciate anyone trying to replace any of my friends, nor do I appreciate someone going to ruin someone else's relationship. By the way, this is true. This is true. Old Granola's entire, thing, because I've read multiple of them, by the way, stated the same words. They've tried to replace their friends and push their friends aside and let him be the main focus. That I've been told that by both Miyu and other people. These are all true. I need some. I'm gonna put some more Phoenix Wright OSTs. We got cornered. Yeah, cross-examination. So, this whole situation is because of manipulating and trying to replace people's friends. So, we'll go for the first topic. Asking to sleep on a cool. It all started when I decided to go and have a friend on a couple months server named called Sagamon, which I'm in. Sadly, it's closing in October. Boo-hoo. At first, our interactions were very normal. However, it got very uncomfortable. I do not remember when we got to the topic of exes. However, we just did. Started talking about how he was only able to sleep if he was sleep calling with someone. I'd like to let you know, that is a red flag for me. I slept in a VC once. How none of you guys know, but I do. It was when I was in Wales during my vacation. I slept in a VC only once, never again. Otherwise, then yeah. Moving on. He asked if we could sleep together on a call if I was comfortable. I replied just to brush it off, saying if I ever had time. Mind you, Miyu is 18, and this is a red flag. Granola is almost 25. Yeah, I kid you not. Sleep calling with an 18-year-old with a 25-year-old. Now, bear in mind, it is illegal because they're both at the age of adulthood. However, Miyu is still technically in the UK states and the UK laws. If you're below 20, you're still classified under as a minor. Yes, you have adult privileges, but it doesn't mean you're technically fully an adult. That's when you turn 20. So yeah. That is a huge red flag. Huge red flag. But yeah, let's move on. I cannot provide evidence for this conversation due to it being a proxy chat on Sagamon. Chapter 2. Trying to replace my friend. During our proxy chat, we were also talking about profiles. He told me his friend had unmatched profiles with him on Discord without telling him. I jokingly told him, saying I forced Rantrix to match with mine. He said if Rantrix didn't want to match with me, he would gladly match with me. I don't know, just didn't sit with me alright, at all. That is another red flag. The only time I've matched pictures was when I was with Froggo. Bear in mind, me and Froggo are not in a relationship, we're just friends. Best friends, actually. Editor/manager, yes, there is a thing, but since we can't do long-term relationships, it's like Miyu and Rantrix. I'm not really allowed to say that out loud, but yeah. That is one of the things. Sagamon was down for a few days. By the way, that is actually true. Sagamon was actually down for a few days. And he texted me asking if I wanted to call with him the next day if Sagamon was still down. I answered, I'll see, because most of my time was always with Rantrix. He replied that we could call after Rantrix goes to sleep, since Rantrix sleeps early. I said that he usually sleeps pretty late as well. He continued on trying to pressure me, saying that we could call at 8 PM EST then. I felt uncomfortable and even showed no interest whatsoever. This is the art of peer pressuring. Bear in mind, don't do that. Whatever you do, don't peer pressure someone. It's not good, it's not right. They say no, they say no. Little known fact for you fanlings. Moving on. This is one of it. I'll probably short. But I'll put this. I'll say it here. Old Granola's saying, yeah, I want to spend time with you though. At some point. Tomorrow, maybe. Even if Sagamon's not up. Miyuki says I have to see. Granola says okay. Miyuki says I usually call Ran, so most of my time is on him. Heartbroken emoji. Granola says that's fair. Miyuki says so I'll see. Granola says okay. It can be after 6 PM since she said it's when he goes Mimi's. AKA sleepy time, approximately. Yuki says usually he sleeps at 1 to 2 AM EU time as well. And he's like, okay, then around 8 PM your time then. And she says, we'll see. As you can see, with this evidence, Miyuki did show no interest. Saying we'll see. Trust me, I know when someone says we'll see, it means no. I've been there. No means no. Well, even if they say we'll see. Because my parents used to say that a lot, and it's never really said, oh, I'll get it to you. So yeah. You can see Granola being a flirt. Miyu did say that he normally sleeps at 1 to 2 AM. By the way, that is true. I have seen him up as late as 4 AM. So yeah. Fishing for compliments. We went legendary hunting again in Sagamon for the second time, and I was also on call with 2 other people, Rantrix and a mutual friend of ours who also plays Sagamon. I think this, if I'm correct. No, it wasn't with me, it was with someone else then. I thought it was. We went legendary hunting again in Sagamon for the second time, and I was on a call with 2 other people, Rantrix and a mutual friend of ours, who also plays Sagamon. He was asking me if I wanted to see a picture of him, and before I could answer, he sent it to me. He wanted me to compliment him, saying he was handsome. I didn't want to be rude or anything, I wanted to be nice, so I told him he was decent looking. This is a major red flag. As a VTuber, you do not decide to send a fucking picture of yourself to another VTuber. What? First of all, what the fuck? Second of all, why? Like, seriously, why? Why would you do that? But yeah. This is it. You may now roast him if you like. You have full, guys, I just want to let you know, you have full permission to roast the shit out of him. I'll give you 5 minutes. You have until 34 to roast the shit out of him. I'm not going to say this guy needs to be drone struck. Anyways, moving on. Yeah. The boba hangout situation. I was on one of my friend's streams to support her and see what was going on. She happens to be streaming her boyfriend's applications. I remember this. I remember this. By the way. Not the talking, but I remember someone made a boyfriend applications on Sagamon. I think I can. Okay, I think it's gone. Oh well. But I remember someone doing it. I was on with my friend's stream to support her and see what was going on. She happens to be streaming her boyfriend applications. Out of nowhere, he added me in her chat asking if I wanted to do a boba hangout one day. Out of kindness, I said sure. He then texted me saying he would take me to a boba place if I ever traveled to France. Yeah, I feel ick, he's French. He then proceeded to tell me that if I travel to France with or without a friend, I can use one of his unoccupied rooms that he has in his house. By the way, known fact for this, he still lives with his mother. Yeah. Yeah. He still lives with his mother. I know I do, because I have disabilities where I cannot get a proper living, and the UK has very strict housing. But yeah, he lives with his mother still, from what I've heard. He told me it was an hour away from Paris. I told him I would get a hotel instead. He continued on saying that I would be able to buy more souvenirs and other stuff for myself. That's a lie, by the way. He doesn't like lemon. I know Miyuki loves lemons. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact, by the way. Got some drinks, go to a flavor pie. By the way, that's just... Miyuki just loves raw lemons, by the way. That is a fact. It's like, yeah, blah blah. Friend's experience with all granola. I happened to text my friend about all granola, and she told me she experienced almost the same thing. He went non-stop texting her, as well as making her really uncomfortable with texts. The good thing is, she's never texted me or anything. But overall, summary. Overall, please be aware of all granola. I'm sure there are other victims out there who have probably discussed this behavior as well, and he chose to not change his behavior. These are my experiences, and there are other docs/presentations as well, so do look at those two below. We will now be going through the slideshow. You can now see this clearly, by the way. I have read through all this, but yeah, we'll read it together. Like, there's been a lot of stuff, and it's quite scary. Anyways, how do I know Granola? This is Snacky's PFA. How I know Granola? I've only known Granola for a month, and I met him for a collab I did with Ovo, which I don't know, outside of the Respawn Points Discord server. By the way, I do not know this. We didn't talk much until I joined the Respawn server, and from there on out, I have slowly been becoming his friend over time. He seems super nice, and I thought he made another great friend from doing a big collab for the first time. I'm usually super happy to meet new people, but tend to still be scary of strangers low-key. A quick summary for what these slides are. These are slides of my screenshots, interactions, and other concerning things I have been through with old Granola. I have only known him for a month and was hella convinced he's a super sweet guy. I took all of these screenshots recently so I could make these slides. He had also talked to me about a lot and even made it convincing that there was a content creator out to ruin his image and had even brought them gifts. I'll get to that in slide 9. By the way, that is all true, he did buy gifts. But overall, this is of course all my personal experiences with him, and I'm sorry if you were brought up in these slides. Hold on. I'm trying to eat my dinner as well. But he was telling me everything, and again, I'm very new to Respawn Point compared to him, so I believed him when he told me not to trust certain people. Gift bombing. Granola mentioned he wanted to make me something and got me some art. While I appreciate the gift, he did end up finding my Steam a few days later and had purchased over 6 games for me on my wishlist. He did also send me money through Ko-fi so I could buy a coffee. Now I truly appreciated the gifts and thanked him for it all. It still seemed odd since he would normally constantly tell me he wanted to spoil me and constantly would want to send me and even other friends of mine money. Again, I generally appreciate the gifts, and if someone wants to send me / buy stuff, I won't be opposed to it, since it's their choice to give me stuff at the end of the day. However, he made it a bit uncomfortable at times, and even told me in VC that I wouldn't even need a job because he would be supporting me. Here are the evidence. He mentioned more than just once that he wants to spoil me, he even said it many times in VCs and even on stream. He had told me he brought the same art for others as well. Yeah, again, He would also send me pics of himself and ask me in VC if he looked good, which I was honestly confused about. Came to me with some issues. Anyways, I'll retreat it after I finish chewing. Anyways, and he had come to me about issues. I could be better. Someone's spreading misinformation about me. Did I tell you about what happened yesterday? Oh my god, what the fuck? No, oh hell no, who's messing with my bestie? What happened was some friend, don't know if I can call him that, to be honest, not communicating, at the very young age of like 32. Having to go through something else to tell me that I did something wrong and didn't mean to. I meant to do, welcome Pepe, welcome. Rocco is hello, Pepe. We're going through some spicy drama in the MURACAST. This is what the MURACAST is. It's spicy drama. We love spicy drama. We're going through. So yeah, we're going through like some issues. Such as flirting, gaslighting, manipulation, stuff. This is one of the examples of manipulation. Anyways, having to go through someone else to tell me I did something wrong and meant to do something wrong. What the fuck? Someone else tell me I did something wrong and meant to do something wrong. Huh. When I did not do either of those things, they couldn't even list an example. Me just getting them a gift to make up for if I even accidentally did something wrong. Then going to see the same someone else, which ends up getting me out of the Stardew Valley collab I was a part of every Sunday because I quote, I didn't want to message it. I didn't want him to message me, which they never told me. And also, I didn't receive the. I didn't message them. Only sent gifts to make up for a potential mistake. So I get punished for being a good human being. My bad. The most I could have done, I could have said to hurt them, was denying the sexual comments they were making towards me. This morning, though, they tweeted. Vent. So insert playful people gets removed from the group I was in now. But I'm still upset. Am I wrong to be upset? I don't know anymore. He sent a Twitter post about the Pikachu situation, which at the time, as of now, I did / do not know who this Pikachu person was / is, and I'm so sorry if I believe this fucking asshole. I'm very hypocritical. I didn't make a single sexual comment towards them or ask them anything sexual, and they were saying I'm a playful person when they are the ones who made a sexual comment in the first place, which I denied. Welcome. Do I have that thing set up? No, I don't think so. I guess I do. I'll just have that. Boomy! Welcome! Hello, Boomy. Hi, Boomy. How are you, Boomy? I'm finally back from my 1 month grave. But this is the only time I'm going to be back until I actually fully debut. Somewhere in November time, actually. I'll plan November, but I also plan in December. Like, November's going to be like the push for debut. Because I need to buy the model and the art and stuff. I'm still trying to find a rigger for my model. Well, I've got everything set up for it, I just need someone to do it. We're doing the MURACAST. The MURACAST is something that I normally do every Mondays. Yeah, we need to hype up my new model, yeah we do. The MURACAST is basically happens on every Monday. It's of the M. Where I go and talk about breaking news, stuff that's happened before, and stuff like this. So, yeah, I have my gen mates helping me. Speaking of gen mates, we plan on doing a collab. Yeah, me and the Yap3 or Yap, whatever you call it. I'm planning to do a collab soon. We don't know when, but we're trying to figure out a collab. Moving on. They're saying that I'm a cuddly person when they're the ones who made a sexual comment in the first place, which I denied. What the fuck? I can give you their name because it's starting to get pretty far. It's Pikachu. On Twitter or anything, both Twitter and Discord, they're in Respawn too. If they get to the point where people avoid me in Respawn, I get banned from Respawn. Or things like that, I'm pressing charges. What the fuck? Because ruining my image wrongfully for the sake of not wanting to see me anymore is something that is punished by law. Do you want to do something or talk to? Oh, hopefully she has the money to do that if she ever comes to that, because it's going to be expensive for her. I don't want to spread too much. They're a bad person, I don't want no drama around me or them. Too bad. He told me about this person was ruining his image, and like I said, I fucking believed it. He continued to talk about her in VC with me, and Lil Stella TV, and had mentioned that he would buy gifts and try to apologize to Pikachu, but she didn't accept them, and he was mad about it. She's such a pick-me, oh my god. Yeah, I don't know, man. I usually don't talk I usually don't talk in people's backs, but like theirs, like that. It's seriously how much of a pick she is. Yeah, this is ill. So, little context. There has been a recent drama, or allegations, of Granola here being a weirdo. Let's just say that, like a weirdo. He's been flirting with one of my friends, by the way, that I made on the second month server. By the way, 2 victims were in the second month server. The majority of them are from different servers. So I'm here to spread awareness to that. One of the victims, Miyu, good friend of mine, by the way. She is also a vampire. So as a fellow vampire, I must do my efforts in supporting her. So that's why this this stream is up for this. Miyu did say that I can do this, so that's why. Anyways, moving on. Me and Lil Stella don't have much to say on her situation because he left out a huge chunk. Hold on, I need a drink. I need to hydrate. Give me a sec. He left out a huge chunk of the entire situation and only gave us what he wanted to tell us. So I sincerely apologize if we agreed with him, but we honestly didn't know much at the time. And as I stated, I don't really know her either, and neither does Lil Stella TV. Joining the Sagamon server. By the way, I want to throw up because he was in my group for onboarding. Hold on. Where is it? Is it this one? No, it's not this one. I think it's this one. It's gotta be this one. Yeah, this one. He was in my group. You don't know how fucking close that was. Bear in mind, there were other females in my group, by the way. A lot of them. But the thing is, he didn't go for me. Maybe because I was trans. That could be one thing. It could be homophobic and like this. Actually, now thinking about it, I did try and speak to him, but he always ignored me. So that could be it. Yeah, so I got very lucky. I'm so lucky. Anyways, let me just play Pursuit. Driving in my car was holding a beer. How about you die? Anyways, moving on. Joining the Sagamon server. Hey, I was wondering if you want to join the Sagamon server with me. You have to stream it once a week though, so we could try streaming it together. Basically, the image is saying about how applications are closing and last onboarding. To send you a link. I was like, I'm sure, I'll have to tell you my work schedule though. Because I won't be able to stay as late as I do right now. I was thinking of inviting you to help you boost your streaming stuff, and I've been really wanting someone to play with. To be honest, you're all good. Let me know and I'll send you a link if I cannot ask someone else. I invited him to a Sagamon server, which I was in with other VTubers because I didn't want to play completely alone, even if there was plenty of nice people. I'm just not used to playing on a public Minecraft server and not with close friends. My reasons why I wanted him in the Sagamon server. I saw that Sagamon was accepting its last new members and having its last onboarding, so I wasn't sure if I should have invited him or not, since I was still becoming friends with him. But I did so anyway because I really wanted to play with a friend I knew and also even invite my hubby. But he didn't get accepted. After Granola got accepted, I was super happy to get to play with someone we planned out streams each week to play on stream. But I did start to notice how quick he was making friends and stuff, even though he was super new. By the way, this is where it links to Miyu. Miyu was also one of the people in the Sagamon server. he was making many friends. This links to Miu as well. I'm gonna fix my... fix this. It's gonna stop bugging. Bugging out. Paranoia. Anyways. Every time I would get on the server with him, he would instantly know most of the people who would pop up in the chat or come up to us, which I was shocked of how quick he was making friends. I was happy for him until it got to a point where we decided to move houses in the server with his new friends. At first I didn't want to, but decided to do it anyway since Granola was adamant on it. So later when it was time to move, after I had put so much work on my house, I decided to move with him and his new friends anyway. I got off the server before completely moving though, since I needed a break from Minecraft, but Granola decided to move without me, and I could overhear him laughing and meeting them, and I got extreme FOMO. I don't know what that means though, FOMO, so let me know what it means. So I get back on and decided to get everything ready to move. After getting everything, or at least what I could actually get, I kept telling Granola that I need help moving, but he wouldn't respond after repeating myself multiple times, and so this is when I started to get a little mad. I decided to just get whatever I could. The fear of missing out, yeah, that's something I have as well. Whatever I could and went towards the direction they gave me and the chords to, and realizing how far it actually was, I was generally having some difficulty. I kept dying and getting a little frustrated because Granola continued to laugh and talk with them, and the FOMO was getting worse. I still don't know what. Oh, fear of missing out, that's what it is. Okay, thank you Grimmy for what it means. Fear of missing out was getting worse. Mind you, I checked the VC multiple times to make sure I wasn't muted, but I wasn't, or if he was deafened. But he wasn't, so like, is he ignoring me? I'll post a screenshot of me telling one of my mods what happened after. This is one of my mods, and one of the sweetest men I know. This was before the whole Granola situation, and he unfortunately liked Granola, but after what has happened, he removed him instantly from everything, as I did as well. Hey, I saw your message in Granola's chat, what happened? It's a lot. I don't know if it's me being dumb and sensitive. If it's your experience, then it's valid, dude. Some people don't know how to talk to folks. I think I came into Granola's chat after, so I didn't see it, but if they were being rude, then like, you're justified. Sorry that happened to you, man. I literally just had a similar situation last night with a guy who was being rude to people over fucking tabletop sim. Like, for why? It's Minecraft, literally not worth being a jerk over, lol. It started with me going to Granola and I was struggling to get all the stuff, and I realized how far it was. And I was like, what the fuck, I can't carry all that stuff by myself and get that far. It was way too far in my opinion, but anyways, I died. Meanwhile, Granola was meeting them and laughing, and I started to get fear of missing out. And I was thinking to myself not to get fear of missing out, because that shit's annoying, but I couldn't help it. And then he eventually was like, oh, can one of you go help Snacky? And I was like, oh, so he's not gonna come over here. Which is whatever. I mean, he had to walk that far by himself, so I get it. But then the guy that came up to me was flying on his bird, and was like, oh look, this poor person riding a boat. And I was like, what the fuck? And there was so much this guy was saying that it ticked me off. Like, he was acting all high and mighty. Was this? No, it wasn't. He said some shit when I was climbing mountains. and was like, look at the, I can't see that, Snacky climbing a mountain, and oh, look at the world Snacky climbing a mountain, and I straight up said, well shit, I expected to meet more people on here and have a chill time on Minecraft, not play fucking Peak. And he was like, oh, I'm really good at Peak, I got all the achievements, and I was so fucking fed up with his way of talking and shit ogling. It generally pissed me off, and eventually I was close to the Poles, and all of a sudden Granola wants to help me, and I'm like, bro, there's no fucking point, I'm already here. And I was so sad to leave my home for some small ass fucking apartment, and these people didn't even introduce themselves or anything. Like, what the fuck? I don't know if I'm being sensitive, to be honest, but I can't stand people who are playing the same fucking game who don't introduce themselves or anything and shit. I don't know lol if that's stupid mentality or I don't even know these people and I've never felt this unwanted or antisocial. I'm usually super nice and wanting to make friends, but I just did not feel welcomed at all. I don't think you were being sensitive at all. Holy fuck, man, no fucking way. I would have bopped my happy ass out of there too. I don't blame you at all. I started crying after leaving, and I felt like I'm being such a crybaby, but I hate when guys give me that snarky attitude. And I just couldn't stop crying, bro. I don't know, I'm so fucking disappointed. Doesn't sound like that dude knows how to be social without putting others. Oh, I can't stand that kind of person. This isn't also an issue I had with another member being mean, being rude, but the screenshots explain pretty much what happened, but Granola did definitely make me mad, and I talked with him in VC about this, and he didn't really have nothing much to say, but kept apologizing, which I didn't want to hear, and I don't know, it all honestly left a bad taste in my mouth after that night. You wanna know something crazy? This is crazy. This is crazy. I will now tell you why this is fucking crazy. And it's kind of racist. Because from this slide, it seems like he was being extremely racist towards Spanish. Zale, if you're in this VC, cover your eyes, cover your ears. I know you are my fellow Spanish person, but yeah, he was being very racist towards Spanish. The whole Spanish thing he was uncomfy about. I don't like when y'all speak Spanish. I don't understand shit, and I legit feel left out. I'm sorry, I'm doing is because I know only speaks Spanish. And she doesn't seem like she wants to speak English much. Like, I generally told him, I don't know what you want me to do. We're not even talking about much. That Granola's having that fear of being left out, really. Yeah, look, I legit feel left out. Oh, boo! He accused me of telling him to drink when sad. That is also a thing. Should I get alcohol? I'm depresso espresso today, and you told me to resort to alcoholism if I felt sad or bad. Okay, first of all, hold on, I'm pausing the music for this. First of all, I don't think anyone in the Sagamon server has told anyone to smoke, to vape, to do drugs when depressed. You don't do that type shit when you're upset. Okay, when you've lost a family or a loved one, I can see why. Like, it does put a mental effect on you. Yes, seeing a therapist is something you should do. But don't go straight to drinking or smoking or doing illegal stuff. I didn't know that common sense was out the window. This is getting screenshot to Miyu, by the way. Yeah, more like non-existent, yeah. But yeah, reading through this. Should I get alcohol? And it was like this. Snacky says, I never said that. You did. You said you did that and that it helped. By the way, this is gaslighting. Gaslighting and manipulation. Mostly gaslighting. What the fuck? No, it didn't. You did. It made it worse. Why the fuck would you think drinking alcohol when sad is gonna help? Even a 13-year-old would know that's a bad idea. Please don't drink when you're emotional. It never helped me. It made me have a bad breakdown. And that's why I made dumb decisions when I was drunk. Like leaving Voodoo server and stuff. But yeah, don't ever resort to alcoholism when you're emotional. If I ever said to do it, I was joking. Drone boiled granola drone strike. I'm noticing I'm bad at noticing. I never would tell anyone to drink when sad, because that shit can fuck you up. You're all good. So don't have a drink when emotional, because yeah. I just don't want you to go for any drunk decisions and emotional pain like that. Weed can kind of help. Snacky, you just made that worse. But okay. Weed can kind of help, but still don't recommend any types of substance abuse. Wouldn't taste good. Trust me, I tried Jack Daniel and Coke. It did not taste good. I don't do bad decisions when drunk, but yeah. Don't say that because you never truly know the future. Well, so far I have made a bad decision when I was drunk. All my bad decisions were when I was. So this is when I started to drink a bit. So I had vented to him in VC when I was really in a bad mental state and was drinking a lot. And generally it wasn't okay. I'll be honest. I shouldn't be drinking and shit when I wasn't okay, but I never told him to drink when sad. I don't know why he ever thought I would recommend that or influence that. I told him how badly it messed with me, and he just kept saying, yeah, and it made me think he wasn't actually taking my advice into consideration. Did what I say hurt you? Sorry if it did. I don't really mean it. I was joking around, but I'll stop if that's what you want. You okay? Yes, it did, because that was hella rude. Ever since we first started this game, there's been rude comments being thrown around the entire time. I'm sorry, I'll stop. It's fine. I just would never call someone useless as a joke. Like I typically am mean when I joke around too, but I never overstep. I'm sorry, I'll know next time. I don't know what is overstepping. Well, overstepping is making a joke that doesn't seem funny at all and it just turns into a roasting. I don't realize what doesn't seem funny to other people and like what's considered roasting. Think about it the other way around. Would you want someone to call you useless? Would in contact if you knew they didn't. He was being quite a dick when we were playing Seas of Thieves. Well, in context, if I knew they didn't mean it and we were just bantering, I would be fine with it. I also have very low. Sorry, it's like very late. I also have very low self-worth, and that might also be why I don't take most things poorly. I mean, I guess but it just came off rude instead of being a joke. Tripping guilt, yeah. I'm sorry, and others didn't help with their commentary either. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the second time today I hurt someone without wanting to. I feel so bad about it. No, it's fine. I just didn't expect it. It's okay. I did hurt you, though. You should apologize. Some people don't. Hurting someone is never fine. We settled it, but then left a bad taste in my mouth because he kept going on with the rude comments. Because I called him a big back, but his comeback was calling me fucking useless. Like what? He starts to talk about the respawn situation again. It hurts more to see he isn't even asking for one more, even though y'all 7 and not 8. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, I don't know why, but I'll VC you soon. Huh? He told you I know. I know why it was only a few of us. Okay, what VC we do when you go get yourself over voice school? I got semi explanation without talking to whoever it is. Let's go. Have you actually tried talking to him? No, as I said, I got the explanation and asked if they wanted to play off stream sometime, and they said yeah. So I think it was because I've been in half of their collabs in the past. Am I talking to about what? The whole stuff. It's starting to look even more personal now. Today, lobby 1. I don't know all of this, so. Lobby 2. Diff players. 2 of them have been in his last 4 lobbies, and me. Not even Phil. While it is his decision, it's looking very personal. I want to clear that up. Dang, yeah, definitely talk to him. I sent the message already. God, I'm sorry that's happening. Also, a few days I noticed his server icon was missing from my server list, and I had to rejoin it, so I'm confused. Maybe he did a purge? Did you get kicked? I wasn't active in his server. I don't believe in purges, me personally. Yeah, but sometimes when there's 300 people in the server, and only 5 of them are active, you gotta do something about it. So apparently people are getting uncomfy around me and not telling me. I know I'm sleepy. They're telling Wolf instead if they would tell me that I could turn it down or like stop. Did he ever talk to you about it? Someone even made a Google Doc about concerning behavior from me, not discussing me of anything. This is the first document, by the way, that was made. Where what the fuck? He just did after I asked him about everything. That's why I haven't been in collabs or in anything really with him. And also why he kicked me from his Discord server. I'm asking him what the behaviors were. Because I do want to improve as a person if I made someone uncomfy. But he isn't even typing, so he probably closed his DMs. I'm just imagining that Minecraft movie with the Google Doc. Wait, hold on. Give me a sec. Let me pull the jingle keys up for you. Give me a sec. I'm pulling the jingle keys. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm pulling up the jingles because you guys can't concentrate. I'm not saying. Froggo isn't. Don't worry. All right. Jingle. 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 Yeah, you get Jetpack Joyride, guys. Let me. Oh god, it goes black. Give me a sec. Let me just pop this in. Yeah, you guys are just gonna have to deal with that. There you go. You guys have to deal with that. Jingle. It keeps going black, so I can't really show you it. The only way I can show you it, give me a sec. Give me a sec, guys. I'm trying to.
With vintage.
Guys, don't worry. I'm pulling up the jingle. Okay, you guys can't see it. Okay, guys, jingle. Jingle. Yeah, I got it working. Jingle. But yeah, it should work now. It should work. Yeah, okay, it works. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. But yeah, talk about blah blah blah. Yeah, well, if my image is destroyed because people don't know how to communicate, then that's not really my issue. I change when someone tells me they don't like things I do. I also know Faye was one of those people because Faye talked to me about feeling uncomfy about something I did. Faye's a good person, but 90% of people in Respawn need to learn communication. Blah blah blah. This is what I've been wanting to talk to you about. The last couple of collabs I have done, basically it's talking about how it's banned. He even preferred Sagamon more and everything, but here's where it comes. Stella I don't want the Stella, cause notice how she ignores me half the time. I have to go out of the way to just hang out with her when you two collab. On Repo, I'm also ignored. Also, there was one time where she was away. She was way out of it when I was in lockdown. Yeah, that's why I prefer Sigmund. People are chill over there. There is no fuss about anything, and if anything happens, they immediately tell you what's wrong. Respawn is a bunch of high schoolers, I feel like. It's much bigger and much worse. They're trying to cause trauma because they have nothing to do with their lives. True, I personally prefer my community and Papa Phantom's community. Oh my god, that's so sweet. Also, someone made a ticket about the names. What names? And then here it is. This here, my friend, is a ticket. Bear in mind, ticket 11. This wasn't the actual first ticket. The first actual ticket was made by Miyu. Kid you not? Miyu was one of the first people to make a ticket about it. I don't have proof of it, but she did say to me that she did make the first ticket. So yeah. Moving on. Hey, I want to report someone that's one of my friends. I invited him to serve granola. Basically, he's talking about how granola is like being so weird and stuff. I decided it was best for me to make a ticket in the second one server as well. I did share all 3 documents, and I had with the mod team in that ticket, and even before this whole situation had, or at least I thought he was, attempted to flirt with some members of the community. And I noticed it and straight up told him if he was trying to flirt with our new friend. I don't know who this new friend is. I speculated Miyu, but it wasn't. Who I just meet up that same day. And Granola said, no, I'm just trying to boost a homie up. And I was like, nah, that's flirting. Like, no offense at all, but he attempted to give her flirtatious compliments twice. After I submitted the ticket, though, I apparently made the right choice to remove him from my community quickly, because there has already been similar reports. My goat skid. My goat shat Quaker. He's a goat, by the way. You should probably check him out. I don't think he streams on Twitch though. He hasn't streamed in a while though. He's been in many of the collabs, but yeah, he's a very chill guy, very goofy and shit. He's a beloved. There had already been similar reports. Mind you that this is a separate community. I invited him to so we could play Minecraft, and I knew him making friends super quickly seemed off. I generally wasn't feeling too good when he would go out to talk to others like he had known them for months. And I don't know, it just felt extremely left out and unwanted in the server. Not to say no one was nice to me, but him being so friendly with everyone else, even though he was never to the server than me, made me feel left out. And I feel bad. I feel like a bad person for not interacting more with the people on the server. That incident with when I moved to the house in Minecraft really did make me feel like I wasn't welcome in the community. And I don't know if I should have just made a ticket or not, or if I was being sensitive. Basically, I was saying Granola's been banned, yada yada. Continue on with the respawn point. To be honest, I shouldn't really look into this, but you got these. And stuff. This is just a respawn server, so it's nothing relevant. In conclusion, I can't really read that much, but yeah. That is 41 slides, by the way. Oh god, I want to throw off what I just saw. So, I haven't read this one, but now reading the fucking screenshot, oh god, I want fucking... I want to throw up! Kids, look away! Look away, kids! Look away, cover your eyes, bleach your eyeballs. Cover them. I'm covering it for your safety. Anyways. that's disgusting. Fucking hell. Oh god. Oh god, I wanna throw up. Oh, I really wanna throw up. Oh god. Mama Nightshade, if you're in this, I'm sorry for what I missed. Davian, hello, welcome. Yeah, you're seeing currently my new form. Anyways, welcome to the MURACAST, where I talk about drama and shit. We're talking about what the recent dramas that's happened in the Sagamon server, about granola. And this is one of them. Davian, do not spend money. Davian, I swear to God, do not spend money. I'm gonna say this. You are banned from spending money in my chat. I don't need it until per debut. Hold the money for debut. Hold the money for debut stream, okay? Hold the money for debut-a-thon. hold the money for debut-a-thon, okay? Is the thing on loop? I need to check. Well, let me check. Okay. But yeah. This is the MURACAST. We're currently looking through the... No hesitation instantly knows what I'm doing. Exactly. If I've already seen 2 people get massive donations, I know what's gonna happen. But please, leave it until November. Because that's when I'll be debuting. I still need to, like, make a document, by the way, and... Well, it isn't, like, a debut for me. It's more of a... yeah, I'm returning to streaming. Kind of thing. Well, but yeah. I'm trying to figure out if I should do the debut on my return or not. Bro, okay, Boomy. I would have loved you in Sagamon, to be honest. I wanted Sage in Sagamon, honestly. So we can do so many stuff together and, like, at least be continuing to be friends and stuff. But yeah, I can see why now. You'd think that it's a nice community. Like, there are some nice people, by the way. It's a nice community, but the issue happened was some guy just decided to ruin it for everyone else. But yeah. Anyways, moving on. This is the 3rd document. Concerns about a member that goes by Granola. First interaction was part of a Twitter chat group. I thought he was another gamer looking for other people to game with. Allowed him to DM me and then invited him to my server. Gave the private role for other streamers to interact. I have gaming channels, chatting channels, and had a sleepover channel. Removed it after my interaction with him. For those who don't know who I am, I'm Pika. I'm a lewd tuber who sometimes makes sexual and flirtatious jokes. However, God fucking damn it! I was about to fucking say, if you gave me a 10 gifted, I would fucking shout it at it. Anyways, thank you. Oh yeah, I forgot to, where is it? I have like a scene. Yeah, there.
Davian Boy just subscribed.
I need to put that on there. Give me a sec. Is it this? No, it's not this. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Too many yippies. There's so much on the there's so much on the screen now, by the way. There you go. You're not getting Subway Surfers. You're not getting the Subway Surfers. Alright, I need to put my mic. Anyways, moving on. However, I know when to cut back when needed, or if I personally feel like someone's taking my jokes too seriously, I'll begin to back away. This happened with Old Granola last year. Holy shit, last year. If I ever have an issue with someone, I always keep to myself. I never say anything, but I notice other female identified, and non-binary friends. So yeah, it seems like he doesn't go for men. Or even trans girls. Like me, myself. Very suspicious indeed. A harasser and a transphobe potentially. Hi, John. Hello. Welcome to the MURACAST again. We're at episode God knows how long. Females identified and non-binary friends mentioning similar actions towards them from him. And after talking to them and...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I've tried my best. Do you guys want to see something cool then? Look. Why? Look. I can jiggle, you know? Is that fine? Look, I can even, you know... Is that cool? Where are my vampire fangs? They haven't grown. They're there, but they're just very tiny. They're very tiny, okay? Anyways, moving on. Fuck, I muted stream. Right. After talking to them and two close male friends, we felt like it was important that the monster reception of Respawn at least be made aware of him. I didn't expect disciplinary actions, but I was really worried for others who joined Respawn, especially if they're new streamers. Red flags. My biggest red flags was going to him. It was him going into my DMs while in a public VC with me and others, refusing to talk but then make suggestive comments and responding to me in DM rather than just in VC or in the mute chat section, sending me pics to ask my opinion on him. Oh, okay, so that's a third person who stated that they've also had pictures of him sent. Responding in chat, sending me pics to ask my opinion on him. I was super uncomfortable, and he did it before on Twitter and then in Discord DM. Anything down bad I posted, even though it was clearly a joke for shitposting, always was eager to give his input and to get a response out of me to say something to him in a sexual way, but I never responded. Screenshots. The first one was when I passed out while talking in a group VC. He DMs me this, and honestly made me super uncomfortable that I got rid of the sleep over channel. You do so much cute noises when you sleep, by the way. Guys, how do I commit Persona 3? But I think that's the reason why Persona 3 has a fucking sequel. Think about it. That's why Persona 3 has a sequel. It's because people like him say the fucked up shit that even it makes lewd tubers get scared of. Having to type that and think, oh yeah, this is totally fine to post makes me want to fucking vomit. Same. Mama Nightshade, sorry if you're watching this and you're hearing this. Oh god. Don't forget racist. But yeah, holy fuck. Moving on. So, so we have a weirdo harasser, transphobe, and a racist in our hands. Insane titles to have. He's wearing them like medals.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
I don't stink. I don't stink. Look. You know me. I can just, Why do I stink? I don't stink. Like, I can do flips, No. Okay, I thought I stink. I started to distance myself from him after he made things uncomfortable with what he thought were maybe compliments, but I don't know. To me, it's especially weird because I am in my 30s and he is in his early 20s. I made it super clear I do not entertain anyone or anything serious under 25 to 26-year-olds. His more serious flirting and attempts to DM me often left me beyond and worried. As mentioned before, he would often DM me while in public VCs to what we were talking about instead of using the mute chat channel. I don't know if it was a fear of my mods or mutuals saying something to him. I hardly responded. Then he would often send me pics of himself to get compliments from me. I don't like hurting people or putting people down, so I try to be nice. But it's so often that I felt like compliment fishing and putting me in an awkward position. Here's a meme. Eventually he left my server and he saw I didn't care to respond. He made a few passive-aggressive Twitter/X posts that were towards me, but as I mentioned, I don't care for drama. I had an issue with him and I ignored him and let him be. Never interacted with him after all that. Then he joined Respawn. We now have a thinking stinks. They probably blocked him after. I knew they were towards me, but as I mentioned, I don't care for I had an issue with him and I ignored him. Blah blah blah. Then he rejoined Respawn. As the rules stated, not everyone's going to get along. So I often ignored him and did my own thing. No problem until I joined a collab and I was asked to join in DMs. Prior to it being shared in Respawn. It was a Stardew Valley collab hosted by Bubbly Anley. Lanny gave me permission to share what happened live on stream and how we tried to work things out to keep everyone safe and comfortable. There will be some skipped messages because she does discuss about different issues with someone else that is not my place to say. But yeah, 38. Is this a 38-page Google Doc, actually? Oh my god, it fucking is. They only said about fake friends pointing at me. I'll fight him. I'm just scrolling through. That is weird. Why would he send 2 gifts like that? Hey love, I didn't accept the gifts. They're kind of sitting there because of what I mentioned. Blah blah blah. He's removed from the club. He'll be removed from the club. He was eventually removed from the collab after Lane spoke to the mods and others about their interaction with Granola. I don't know what was said and all, but her message and a mod messaged me to relay his removal. Because I just want to reach out. Welcome back anytime. Everything was mentioned in the past. And let's say I'm doing the same sex past things. Oh! He did to someone on Twitter as he did to me because they find a sus or loot tuber. I met a few others who also dealt with the same thing in the server who also chose just to mute him at a time. He enters a VC or happens to be in a collab. I did, however, meet another streamer who mentioned to me his persistence to sleep calls. Similar to me, she often flirt back and laugh just to go all past his advances out of not wanting to offend him or cause problems. I will share screenshots from our convo though about it. They share screenshots of their interactions, but to emphasize it. If I'm correct, this is Wasical. The conclusion, the whole point of creating this is just to get better, just to better organize the concern of not just me, but others who've interacted so far. Additional people who came forward about the constant lying, defaming my own name, and trying to manipulate people to hate me in the Respawn server. You got this. This is one of the screenshots Washington sent. Graphy. Snappy. Is it? Is it? Let me check. Let me double check on this. Yes, Snacky. This is Snacky's messages. Well, not this. But yeah. Holy shit. Telling people he knew me for 2 years lies. Only knew me for 5 months max. Didn't talk to him until the Stardew collab incident. And that's it. Alright, on to the next one. We have a clip as well. We'll be going through this. Oh no, hell no. Who starts off a conversation asking for your stay? That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, who does that? Like, ew. Anyways, moving on to the next one. So, I was not going to make a ticket on this originally, as it was not a respawn matter, but the person in question kind of forced my hand, making it a respawn matter. On June 25th, I presume, I hosted a Lockdown Protocol collab with several people from Respawn, one of which being a person by the name of All Granola. From the start of the collab, it was clear that a couple of people had no interest in socializing with him, but were being cordial, nothing less. The first issue that arose was him basically demanding that a member of the collab who wishes to remain anonymous, that was already in a shared chat, number 1 out of 2, host the second one because I quote, all of us are very small creators and you and O have more viewers each than the rest of us combined. That in and of itself made her very upset. However, due to the need to just keep things moving forward, she agreed and left the shared chat in order to host the second one. The game progressed on, during which he proceeded to make the player uncomfortable and made them feel like they were not allowed to play. Edit. Upon finding the clip, one of the moments in question, the person has waived anonymity. We'll be going through the clip. Ladies and gentlemen, get your popcorn ready.
I've got one thing to say.
I think you should host the second
You and
one.
your chat.
Yeah, what's up?
But I'm already in one, and I'm hosting this one.
Okay.
So, like, yeah. I'm
I don't know how to do it then.
Oh, you just go on Google Chrome and you go to like
Well, chat, you better be
another chat,
working.
like another streamer, and above like beside their name, there's gonna be like a option to not.
We need the
They need to accept your request.
I know. I know.
Okay.
But it's about that, like, we're all very small, and the people that are like.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I can put your name in my titles.
Holy shit. Okay, that's by the way, that's like the first thing. Also, Chibidoki. That's the first time I've ever seen that. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. Chibidoki, fucking hell. Anyways. The message. This I chalked up to just clashing personalities and kept on with the collab. Then after the collab I had 3 other people, all of which I didn't know one another till that collab, come to me with complaints about it, making them uncomfortable. So I made the choice to not select him for any future collabs for the time being, to avoid anyone else being made to feel uncomfortable. This was to be temporarily till I was able to get to the bottom of it. That was until my very own server I was starting to get members from my community coming to me with same complaints. At this point, after deliberating with my moderation team for well over a week, we decided it was best to remove him from the server altogether. The incident that stood out the most was him telling a native Spanish speaker, holy shit. Holy shit. The incident that stood out the most is him telling a native Spanish speaker that they should not speak Spanish because it make him feel left out. I was not there for this, however the person has sent screenshot of the message that was sent. Is it okay we limit the Spanish a bit until I learn enough to understand a bit? I really feel left out when everyone starts speaking Spanish. This made the person feel as though they weren't not allowed to participate in the conversations. At this point, we chose it was best to remove him from the community. Just saying. Side note, in the last message in the text screen, I was a little heated at my partner's brother. So I came off a little more stingy or aggressive. I'm not proud of that, but it felt like it should be noted that none of that aggression is aimed at him at this time. Oh, so this is WoW. So this is the owner of Respawn. This was where I was going to leave it. Not a Respawn issue, just an issue between me and him. At my personal community, problem had, problem removed, problem solved. That is until he started dragging members of Respawn into it. The next day after the ban from my server, I woke up to 13 people messaging me asking for my side of the story because he had been DMing them or talking to them about the situation in question in a VC in the Respawn server. Holy shit. The above even violates Rule 1 of Respawn Server, in which we are not allowed to get upset if we are not to be selected for a collab. It is the host's choice. If we don't like it, make our own. If we don't like it, make our own collabs. So far, I had a total of 17 people. Holy fuck! 17 people reach out to me about him discussing the situation. He's in with me and outright lying about things that said earlier. That earlier I said or he said. He is blaming me for ruining his image when all I did was remove him quietly from my community and collapse. He is the one that made it a public thing. I don't want it to be said that I hate that guy. I think there's good in him, but this has gotten a little out of my control and has been brought into Respawn against my will. Alright, we're finally on our final document, guys. God damn. My goddamn. I'm also trying not to choke on myself because of this. Like, holy fuck. I won't be singing, by the way, chat, for today. My voices did. TLDR of complaints against all granola. Overall summary. Multiple community members describe repeated event uncomfortable interactions with all granola across collabs, public VCs, and private DMs. The reported behaviors range from I should. Give me a sec, chat. Give me a sec. Okay. I got water now. Alright, let's finish this shit up. Let's finish this shit up. Right. Last document. So, we're multiple community members describe repeated uncomfortable interactions with Old Granola across collabs, public VCs, and private DMs. The reported behavior ranged from pressuring participants during collabs, making others feel unwelcome, and commenting on language use, to persist unsociated DMs with flirtatious or suggestive undertones. These patterns led to his exclusion from certain collabs, removal from personal communities, growing concern with Respawn server, and ultimately removal from Respawn. Key incidents and patterns reported. Collab-related incidents. In a July 2025 Lockdown Protocol collab, pressured a participant to host a second shared chat based on viewer counts, upsetting them. Made participant feel unwelcome during gameplay. After collab, 3 unrelated players reported discomfort. He was temporarily excluded from future collabs. Similar complaints arose in the authors community, leading to a permanent ban. Language and inclusivity concerns. Told a native Spanish speaker to not speak Spanish because it made him feel left out, making him feel excluded from the conversation. DM and behavior, VC behavior. Sent unsociated, suggestive, or personal messages while in public VCs instead of speaking in voice or using the mute chat. Sending photos of himself seeking compliments, preserved as compliment fishing, and creating awkward situations. Responded to lewd jokes in ways that pushed past boundaries, seeking flirtatious engagement even when not reciprocated. Repeatedly attempted to sleep call others, making them uncomfortable. Manipulation and persistent contact. After conflicts, would sometimes purchase games from a person's Steam wishlist unaccepted. Perceived as attempting to buy favor or silence. Other streamers reported similar persistence and discomfort, often resulting to muting him in VC or avoiding him in collabs. From removal, oh my god, I'm fucking stuttering. The whole concept of sleepwalking, in my opinion, it is, to be honest. Following removal from a community, allegedly spread misinformation in Respawn DMs and VCs to at least 17 people, blaming others for ruining his image, and making false claims about the length and nature of relationships. That's all. That's all, guys. Holy fuck, we actually just gone through it all. Okay. Hold on. Let me just scoot over. Mic here. Mic checker. Anyways. That's everything that I've talked about for it. I shall not give my opinion. First of all, Granola did not speak to me at all. However, I'm going to say this because I've never told anyone about it. He has avoided me, basically. I didn't DM him or anything, but every time I went up to him during Sagamon, when I seen him around and stuff, when I was even with Elias, I think, he never spoke to me. He never interacted